Cavalier lead is cut down to 9 points with the basket from Iguodala. And Thompson kicks to Irving. Three-pointer. And Thompson throws it down.
And guys, isn't it great to see a player who works that hard on the glass at both ends?
Well said, G. That's the way he has built, his reputation. Hart grinding away, 100% effort all the time.
And Kevin, all that effort pays off. How many of those spectacular putback jams do we see from this guy? A bunch.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much. Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Nobody near Irving. Nailed from three-point land. Irving's got 9.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
It's Curry outside, and that's not going to go. The clock runs out, and we're...
Yes, Kevin, here with Stephen Curry. And Steph, you've had to deal with a lot of defensive pressure. What do you need to do to counteract that?
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He ended up with 15 points, 2 assists, and 1 rebound. What'd you think, Shaq, about Cleveland? And over to Kenny, what did you think about Golden State?
Well, they're facing a very hot team in the first half. I mean, guys are shooting the ball lights out. But you have to do more to get stops. I mean, tough defense is the key. And if you put pressure on the ball and more bodying up down low, that's going to establish more aggressive tones that might shut them down in the second half.
That does it for halftime, as the game is just about set to get going again. We send you back to Kevin Harlan and crew for the third quarter.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. A fantastic game from Draymond Green in this one.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half. The entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he's a hard man to keep down, and so far they haven't found the answer for him. I don't know if there is an answer for him, quite honestly.
It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. And it's Barnes in at the small forward spot. That's the Warriors' 5. Offensive rebound. Here's Thompson. And count the basket. He is fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
The defense has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
And I'd be interested to know just how many of these attempts have come from inside of 5 feet. And remember Klay Thompson's father, Michael Thompson, a former #1 pick out of Minnesota. Growing up, he was the smallest of his brothers and thereby took his lumps when they played hoops. But he said that challenge helped him to develop into the player he is today.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Great opportunity right there. He's got such tremendous length. He can just rise up and get separation for the 3.
And now it's Green running. He can go
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. Nice steal. And how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia.
And how about they don't waste any time matching that throwdown with one of their own.
A show of their determination right there.
Well, I think that tells about them as a team, guys. I mean, they don't just want to beat you. They want to beat you down and beat you at your own game.
And Draymond Green, guys, has won at every level. I mean, led Saginaw High School to 2 consecutive state championships, at Michigan State, 2 trips to the Final Four, and now making noise with the Warriors. It's clear this guy's a winner.
And here's a little-known fact, Clark. Only 3 players have recorded at least 2 triple-doubles in the NCAA tournament. They are Oscar Robertson, Magic Johnson, and Draymond Green.
That's some elite company for Draymond Green. He's a hard worker, a guy you love if he's on your team. He can be an irritant if he's not with you, but continues to improve and prove his doubters wrong. Up and in on every one of their first 3 shots to start the second half. Well, I tell you what, it was a really strong year for the Cavs. 53 wins for them, good for the 6th best mark in team history. A lot of those wins also came against the West, making it even more impressive.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of the game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Cavs were very strong against the West. 18-12 record for them overall, second only to the Hawks in the East.
And they really turned it on against the West from mid-January on. How about going 14-1 in the West in their last 15 matchups, and that included a 10-game win streak against the West.
And it's Irving missing.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, it seemed like he had great rhythm on that. You can see the disappointment in his face.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. The drive by Thompson, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Well, he's an undersized center, but he more than makes up for it with some serious leaping ability.
Shot is good, and the Cavaliers really cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Spates. Cleveland's gone 6 of 12 from outside, a very nice 50% mark, shooting the 3-ball well. Irving, good.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Curry can't get it to go.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
And it's Smith missing. The Warriors have gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the third. And the dunk by Barnes.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control, even though he's going at breakneck speed. He still maintains his body control. Pretty early to be over the limit, Kevin. He'll have to watch the fouls from here out.
And how about Harrison Barnes, the Black Falcon? I mean, he was a high school phenom in Ames, Iowa, and a lottery pick back in 2012 after 2 seasons at Carolina. Remember also in high school, he was a teammate of Dougie McBuckets.
Different look here for the Warriors. Festus Ezeli, he's checked in for Bogut. Iguodala comes in for Maurice Spates. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry.
Punches it down.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Harrison Barnes, of course, went to North Carolina, grew up as a huge fan of former Tar Heel Michael Jordan.
Yeah, you know, interesting. His mother started taping Jordan's games on VCR years before he was born. His given name, Harrison Bryson Jordan. How about that for a factoid?
I didn't know that.
Nor did I.
And he gets it to go.
And you know what? He's got a new BFF. It's the triple.
It has been his BFF today anyway. Most of his points have been courtesy of the deep ball.
Shepherd can use his both hands to jam it in.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that. A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
It's tipped. Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
And the Warriors with some changes. Draymond Green is checked in for Barnes. And Ian Clark subbed in for Sean Livingston. Irving for three. Shot misses. And Golden State will come the other way. And they're on the break. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. J.R. Smith picks one up.
We've watched Iguodala play a great basket. He has 12 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
And I'm sure they'd like to get a few more of those out of him.
And the Warriors making a change here. Rush is checked in.
And guys, Andre Iguodala entered this league as an athlete with raw skill. And bit by bit, though, he refined his game over the years, except in the one category, free throw shooting. In that one area, he was
Rising up and hammering it home. That could be just what they need to pick their energy up.
Wow, it definitely got the guys on the bench on their feet. I'll say that for man. Oh, man, was that
And no
fun.
doubt about it, guys, that's one of those plays that will pick up his teammates. A lot of times, a play like that is just what you need to get the adrenaline flow for your team.
Here's Love, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. This is his first free throw of the game. And that one misses. No good on the second free throw. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. And so here's Cleveland. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. On the court for Cleveland, Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. Tristan Thompson is out there with Iman Shumpert. And it's Love in at the center. Irving passes to Shumpert. From outside the arc, deflected by Thompson. Some nice passing by Golden State. Iguodala, no good. Cleveland leading by 9. Latrey up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. 14 points for Kevin Love.
Smooth, guys. Very good job there of getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
And you know, those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes as much as any single play in a game.
Yeah, and you can't allow, if you're the opponent, to have that guy continue to beat you in that manner on the backcourt. I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Irving for 3. Love slams it back in.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
They grabbed their own miss. And again, Draymond Green. Green's got 23.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
All alone, and the dunk by Love.
That's a pretty serious